Hello everyone, episode 3 of WandaVision just dropped today and I got a lot of thoughts on it. But before I get into details talking about it, I just want to say that this is a spoiler review, and if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Alright, let's get into it. So this episode picks up in the 70s era of sitcoms, and I really enjoy these custom-made intros for each episode. It again just shows how much the creatives behind the show really care about their show to be putting this much detail and effort behind it. The basic premise is that Wanda is pregnant and she's also expecting because in this dream world she's going through her pregnancy like really quickly, which could be because of Agnes, who many are presuming is a witch working for the devil who wants something to do with Wanda's children, as we keep creepily hearing in episode 2.
It's for the children.
For the children.
For the children.
But I thought that was fun. That's usually a huge staple in sitcoms where you also have that giving birth episode, and this episode handles it really well as it also mixes in some more hints about what's really happening. I have a few more theories and a couple more Easter eggs to point out, but I'll save that towards the end of the video. So my general thoughts on this episode is that it was solid. There's not a ton of substance in this episode, which I think is fine. It's only episode 3 and it's just a little weird getting an episode like this and then having to wait a week, and I do think WandaVision is something that could be better if it was binged instead of released weekly, but you know, it's fine. The pacing was solid, the 70s era was depicted in a fun manner, and we learn a lot about Geraldine's character and that she's an agent of S.W.O.R.D, which I thought was a nice twist, and you can clearly see something is up. Overall, this episode isn't anything over the top. It's slightly above average in my opinion, and it does a good enough job building its story. I'll give it a 7 out of 10, but again, that's not really too fair, because once I finish the series, I'm sure that this episode will age better because I can see the bigger picture. Now, to get into a few breakdowns, we can see that some of the citizens in this town really are trapped here and are looking for help, as we see the doctor look at Vision and he tells them directly that it's hard to escape. We also see Agnes talking to Vision's neighbor, who looks like he's breaking down Vision's fence for some reason, which could be a metaphor for how his neighbor is trying to break down Wanda and Vision's defenses and really get into their evil scheme. His neighbor is most likely in on it, as we see Agnes talking to him as if he's like a spy. Moving on to the commercials, we yet again have the same two actors from the other commercials where they're advertising a product of Hydra, which is obviously referring to Wanda's trauma again. But listen to this part.
When you want to get away, but you don't want to go anywhere.
I just thought that was interesting because it's basically saying that Wanda didn't go anywhere, but she was still able to get away. And the end slogan says, "Find the goddess within," which is most likely referring to Wanda being the goddess who needs to wake up and find herself within. Then we get a huge reveal where we see Geraldine finally recalling some true memories and remembering that Ultron was the one who killed her brother. I thought that was very interesting because Wanda is a little shocked and very angry when she hears her brother was killed. It's like she's reminded of that reality, which causes her to remove Geraldine from her sitcom fixation. But the thing that caught my attention here is that Wanda is indeed shocked by this, meaning that Pietro could be alive, but maybe he's not, but because Wanda refers to her brother in past tense, but Vision's alive, so what's stopping her brother from being there? I think that could be teasing that her brother will be popping up later in the series. Anyway, that'll wrap up my review and breakdown of episode 3. I think we're in a really intriguing point in the show now, and I can't wait for episode 4. So what did you guys think of this week's episode of WandaVision? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Whatever your opinions are, I'd love to know them in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, please remember to leave a like and subscribe. Peace.